G'day and welcome to Aussievision. Today we'll be talking about our very own entry into this year's Eurovision Song Contest, and it's Montaigne and Technicolour. So, joining me as part of the Aussievision team here, we'll be running through what we think the jury scores and possibly the Televote appeal will be with this one, and coming up with a bit of an average. So let's go on to the jury straight away here, guys. What do we think the jury appeal is here for Montaigne? In 3, 2, 1. All right. Okay, so we've got a good spread of scores here. Let's start with perhaps our lowest voter on this one, Steve, 6.5.
Yeah, I just find it so difficult to judge because of the live on tape situation. So I find this one more difficult to give a point score to. There are, it's certainly an innovative, new and exciting style of music. So that should be tick. Originality, tick. I don't know. Robbing Montaigne, understandably, of the opportunity to perform it live, I just don't know what effect that has on either the jury or the televote. I'm not quite sure whether maybe some juries think it's an unfair advantage and she loses out as a result. I don't know. It's just incredibly tricky to judge.
Yeah,
so I tried to go with an even, like a kind of mid-range jury score as a prediction.
Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. It is a very important factor that you won't be on the ground. Liv, let's head to you. What was your jury take on this one?
I gave the Heights an 8.
An 8. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We're a high voter. What's drawing you towards a big jury score on this one?
Well, when you look at the female vocalist this year, she's got one of the most difficult, complex, and vocally challenging entries. It is very unique in composition, and it gives a lot of moments for her to really show off and give some jury moments for them to really be like, yes, I'll take that, thank you. I do think as far as female vocalists go this year, she does have, one of the most complex songs to bring to the table, which, if delivered great, then it has a really good jury appeal. It is a little bit of a question mark on the genre as to whether it's almost ahead of its time and the juries might go a bit, what? Or they might be on the pulse and they might really go, we haven't seen this before. This is great. So I'm being optimistic and I got an 8.
Oh, we like optimism. Good stuff. Kyriakos, so you weren't as optimistic, were you? But it was a good score from you. What did you give it?
I gave it a 7, and
okay.
I have to say Liv's taking my points pretty much. Liv's pretty spot on. I have to say, first of all, that Montaigne is staying true to herself, and big tick for that. But also, she's kind of ticked the checklist in terms of what juries like. And I think she's given opportunities to have moments. But at the same time, made it immensely challenging for herself, and also gone for a genre of music, agreeing with Liv, again, that it's ahead of its time. And but it's good to hear something like that go to Eurovision as well. So, I really think if she nails it, she'll be rewarded.
Yeah. Look, I'm kind of with you guys on this one. I think there is jury appeal in this one, particularly I think for if you've got jury members who are singers, she's giving a degree of difficulty in some of those notes that some people will be like, that's hard. I understand how hard that is to do, so therefore I'm going to reward that. I think the genre is an important one because we've seen, with Eurovision juries, you do get a spread of people. It's not just all singers. You get radio announcers, you get, all producers, people from TV stations, all sorts of stuff. And I worry that sometimes, will a 63-year-old radio announcer from Eastern Europe really understand what hyperpop is or really appreciate it? So I guess it depends on who, beauty is in the eye of the beholder kind of thing. I guess we'll see exactly how the juries will approach it because it is a very unique kind of composition for this year. All right. I guess we should talk about Televote, guys. Let's go through our Televote scores in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Well, we're all around about the same area on this one. All right. Let's go to our lowest rater on this one, Liv, 6.5.
Yeah. Not being able to do it on the ground, it's got me questioning, I think it'll either go the way of everyone's like, oh, Australia, and give us a little bit of empathy and all the kind of oh, well, she's not toughing it out with everyone else on the night, and maybe be a bit harsh about it. So, you never know. Could go either way. Could just be a normal score. Who knows? I just think there's a lot of really great pop songs this year, and potentially some of the other ones are a little bit stronger that might just be ahead of her in Televote, and it's sort of like the option of, am I going to vote for this or that? And she might just, lose that battle with a lot of voters.
Yeah, fair enough. Let's go to you next, Steve. What was your Televote score there again?
So I've put it just a little bit higher than what I thought the jury score would be. I agree completely with what Liv said. You're not sure whether there's going to be sympathy or she's had the opportunity to do 3 versions and they've picked the best one, kind of thing. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I've noticed, and I don't class myself as young, I've noticed that younger viewers, there's a definite yes for this song. It's different, it's exciting. If she can somehow manage to get lots and lots of Europe's teenagers and kids in their early 20s voting for this, I think we'll do well. Yeah,
good stuff. And Kyriakos, your score for the Televote was
7. And
7. Yeah, good.
Yeah, pretty much agree with Steve there. I really do feel like I've also noticed online that with the international Eurovision community, it's has more appeal as well, but with a lot more of the younger fans as well. And also listening to it on Triple J just come up randomly, the song really does pop. And it's a very divisive genre, but at the same time, it's very fresh. And like Steve said, if the young crowd really go full on with this, she might get a nice televote vote out of it.
Good stuff. Look, I'm going to concur with so many points there. And I think, Liv, you bring up a really important one there. Us not being there, how does that get presented? How do we get sort of sewn into the show? Because if it's just like, hey, we're having a great time. Oh, by the way, here's Australia plonked in the middle of it. It could be really jarring. And I think people will be going like, what? This is completely out of whack. So how they integrate us in is going to be really important. And I agree. It's fresh. It's modern. It's screaming the younger vote. So if she can capture some of that, then hopefully she's definitely got some televote there. And also, look, is it the most immediate song when you're up against things like Cyprus and Croatia, who straight away, they're very familiar types of pop music and stuff, and we've got this very different sort of in-your-face kind of song. So a lot of question marks there, and she's taken some risks, and I guess we'll see if they really pay off, So what I want to ask, guys, how do we think? Do we think Australia will be performing on the Saturday night? I'm going to head over to you first, Steve. Think we'll see Montaigne on Saturday night?
It's borderline, I would say. It's a very difficult call for me to make. She's in my group of 4 or 5 artists that I just don't know. That kind of 8th in the semi-final to 13th, she's going to fall into that spot, I think. And so if we do qualify, it will be in one of those 8th, 9th, and 10th spots. I really hope she does, obviously, but I difficult to judge. And as you said before, you made the point about you don't know how the performance is going to be sewn in. I think that's exactly the right terms. If we get they really wanted to be with us, but they can't, and it's a COVID awful kind of lead up, then that's a plus. If it is just, as you say, plonked in, I don't know, something as simple as that could make the difference between qualifying and not.
I kind of agree with you on that one. Let's go to you, Liv. What do you think, given Australia's chances of getting through?
I think, once again, quite borderline in that 8th to 12th pocket of the semi. Could go either way. And I do think the Dutch will be fairly empathetic to us. I sort of get that vibe that they're probably going to try and make a nice little something to make it make sense, instead of just like why is this like this and why is everyone else like that. So I'm thinking that it's probably going to be done fairly well and we'll come on through to the grand final.
Good stuff. Excellent. And Kyriakos, you think we're there?
I have to agree with the team here. Probably borderline, but I'm just going to say number 10 she gets through. But again, I'm putting her in the same boat as Russia and Manisa, like in terms of a song with maybe a divisive kind of genre that not everyone could appeal to, but have some people that will definitely vote for it and gets through. So
Well, it's an agreement party because I'm very much in agreement with you guys on this one. I do think we were always in that kind of pocket, whether we were going to be there on the ground or not. And we've now got this other element in there, which probably throws up some doubts there. Certainly not beyond qualifying, but we're not certainly dead in the water or anything like that. And you're right, Liv, I think the organisers will be pretty empathetic with us. It's in their interest to show that. And who knows, we might not be the only one that's not on the ground come the actual contest. So, how they, I think we'll find it pretty empathetic and explain to the audience why she's not performing on the same stage as everybody else, because it could come across as a little jarring. All right, guys, so that were our thoughts. Here are our average scores for Televote and jury on the screen. Well, thanks so much for joining me, team. That was a really good discussion on that one, and we will see you all soon. Bye. See ya.